Hey YouTube, bass time! Yeah, so I found the Rebel bass. There's my joke, that's why I was playing that. This is a Tanglewood Rebel 4K bass, which I've got in from my pal. He got it cheap because the guy said, oh, there might be something wrong with the output on it. And it's like, you think? And I was like, yeah, So, yeah, basically, you can't really hold the wires onto the output jack with packing tape. So, soldered, took 5 minutes. But actually quite a nice wee bass. It's really small this way. It's a really thin bass. Really cool colour as well. Sort of translucent. It's got a nice weight to it. 24 frets. The reason it says Tanglewood here is because the headstock's not really big enough for a logo. But that does mean that it balances. There's the test for balance of a bass. Really well, and it plays really well as well. So you've got like a PJ combination. There's the jazz bass pickup. I'll put a wee bit more volume on it. Some of it's quite orchestral music's always dead hard. No matter how easily you can hum it. That was just winging it. Yeah, so both pickups on. Tone. Just the D bass pickup. So, there's not really much to say about it. I mean, it's got Tanglewoods seem to be pretty good. These basses, I think these have been going for ages. I never liked them because this is exactly the sort of shape I don't really. It doesn't have the romance of a P bass. It's very workman-like, very tool-like, which is kind of weird because I like Telecasters for that exact reason. But yeah, so I mean, it plays really well. It's really comfortable. It balances well. It's got your PJ pickup, so it can do pretty twangy if you want it to. Not that I want to. And then it does P-bassy noises. So it's just got 2 volume controls, so it's wired like a jazz bass. Then obviously you can mix the 2 together to get a bit of the twang and the bass. This one is sales actually. I don't know if the guy's actually going to try and sell it or not. It's got a bit of a dunk here. Apart from that, it's pretty good. Not really. I don't know. There's no serial number on it. It's got the kind of extended high fret access, so you can get to the 24th fret. Just no. Well, it's a little bit of a stretch to get to the 24th. But you get up to the 22nd and still 23rd. 23rd. The guy playing it was he's just installed a projector thing. Doesn't have very good eyes, so he was watching he was looking up tab, and it was Paranoid. Paranoid actually starts on the 2nd fret, so it goes. But I've noticed that in a lot of the Black Sabbath stuff, there's a lot of slides from. So we'll be doing that next time we play Paranoid. So just a short video. I hope this one processes. I did a video last night about Yamaha, my pal's Yamaha SG, and it just didn't process. Normally the processing sometimes takes, you upload it and then it uploads it into Tinky Vision. Like, if you look down in the bottom corner down there somewhere, it's got like a wee wheel. I'm normally outputting it 1080p, rocking. One of my pals keeps telling me to go to 4K, but I don't have a 4K telly, and I don't think I'm really doing anything that really warrants being 4K. Yeah, it just didn't. And I uploaded it at 3-4 o'clock. So just now it's actually 5:30, and I'm hoping to get it uploaded by 7. And HD, I will be checking to make sure, because it's not just the audio, the audio is rubbish as well at the really low settings part of it. So especially on a bass, it'll just sound guff. But I mean, I've got no issues with this bass at all, and it kind of makes up for the. It is quite good looking. I think if it's either hang it on the wall, here in place of the P bass when I'm watching telly tonight. I bet you end up liking it tomorrow. Often happens with these sort of slightly odd shapes. It's maybe a bit of an uninteresting shape. It's like, how would you describe it? It's just kind of like, it's a sort of. It's just modern bass shaped, really. Maybe not reeking of character, but I really like the colour. This translucent thing, you can see it's made of 2 bits as well. 3 bits, whatever it is. 1, 2, 3. I think it might be ash. Actually, got a high mass bridge, one with a big block in the back black hardware. Frets, all good. Basically, for setting it up, I was going to set it up anyway, but I mean, basically all I did was this pickup had been screwed in a little bit too low, so the P bass pickup, the neck pickup was kind of sitting a bit like that. That's it. And I resoldered I connected the output jack with solder instead of packing tape. I don't really know if there's any way of doing it. Maybe I suppose at a gig. The idea of just like, you can maybe, if you strip the wire and then maybe twist it round or something, but really, I mean, soldering irons are really cheap. It's worthwhile kind of having I'm kind of doing myself out of business, but it's worthwhile just buying. I mean, I think you can pick them up. Lidl sometimes have them on special offers. I think you're talking about a tenner or something like that, and probably not even that, for a soldering iron. And as long as the trick is, what you'd just try, like if you've got like an old pot or something old, try soldering some stuff outside, like rather than having to work inside the cavity, which can be a little bit fidgety. You know, you just strip the wire and you put solder on the wire, and then you put solder onto the thing that you're soldering to, and then you join your two together. And it should be pretty easy. It's one of those things. It's just a practice thing. I know there's not, you know, you hold it on for 10 seconds or you hold it on for 3 seconds or you hold it. Kind of depends. You just got to, once you've soldered stuff tons of times. The way I would tend to do it is if you say you were replacing a broken pot, like take the pot out and then get yourself some wire or something like old speaker cable would do, and then solder the wire onto the pot, right? And then take it off, clean it up, snip the wire, do the same again, do that half a dozen times, and you'll be an expert at soldering, because then you'll realise how long you've got to hold it on, how much solder you want to put on, all these things till you get a good connection, like doing it outside the guitar out in the open so you can get at it, and then connecting up stuff's just easy. And basically the only thing, it was a guy, what was the guy's name? It was at the practice pad. I remember one time I went in with my Marshall 200 watt bass amp. I went in, I was up here, yeah, I've got this bass amp, there's a fuse holder missing from it on the back, which I think I have actually fixed now. If the fuse holder had been stolen, the guy he'd sold me the amp really cheap because he'd stolen the fuse holder for another amp, so it needed a fuse holder, so it's basically just 2 wires in the back of the amp like this, and then basically you have to put in a fuse holder which kind of clicks into the back. And a lovely old guy in the practice pad in Mary Hill, and I was up here, could you solder this for me? And he's like, up here, no, but if you buy me a coffee I'll show you how to do it. Bargain. And he's like, that was something, he's like, up here, no, do this, hold that, and then you clean the soldering iron on your jeans. Right, I always kind of, if you ever look at any of my jeans, they're always kind of burnt down here because that's where I clean the soldering iron on my jeans. And then you're just in as the old, put the solder onto, well, in this case the fuse holder, onto the 2 terminals of the fuse holder, put the soldering iron on, solder onto it, get the wires nice and clean, put the solder onto the 2 wires, then attach them, sorted. So the Rebel bass, we found the Rebel bass. I'm actually just really thinking there, I really missed him. When that last time I was in China, my girlfriend Civic's got an Echo bass, you know, an EKO. A fantastic looking thing. It's got a big thing on here, it's like a Beatles violin bass type thing, looking thing, and it's an Echo bass. I never thought I'd go like up here, Echo bass, we found them. Repeat, we found them. Echo 2 to Echo bass, or whatever it is. One of the best bits in Empire Strikes Back. So apart from look, I would totally use this. I would totally gig this, no problem at all. I don't think it. Well, to be honest, it probably would fit quite well with the Black Sabbath. I think I've seen Geezer Butler use basses of the sort of modern bass shape. I like to use the fancy looking ones. But if you're recording at home or dipping in a band, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this at all. Absolutely fine, and it's not even like pure, oh, it's not good enough to gig with. Bollocks. Totally is. Totally fine. Rock on!